I'm Omkar. I'm the founder, CEO of Miracle.io. We are headquartered in Berlin, Germany, and we are unlocking learning by doing in the metaverse. So that's what we do. My background has been in technology for the last 10 years, especially on the deepest ends of it. So on the mobile and AI side of it since 2012 and 13. And I've worked across different verticals, right from fintech, health tech, ed tech now, of course, fashion tech, food tech, and quite a few other sectors. And that's like a brief overview about where I come from, what I do, and what I'm doing at the moment. That's us. That's Miracle.io. That's our name. It's magical, and you'll see why it's magical in a moment. We want to say goodbye to memorization, and we want to say hello to memorable in education. And one of the challenges that education faces today is that learners cannot learn by doing, which means that today's methods rely on teachers and videos and textbooks, which are very dry and boring for students. And therefore, engagement levels are at an all-time low. And this is a big challenge because if students, especially in the younger age groups, early teenagers, if they're not engaged in their learning journeys, then it becomes very difficult for them to do anything going forward. And we see this a lot in a lot of research out there, especially theory lectures and textbooks have low learner engagement and retention. And learning in the real world and learning by doing has high levels of engagement and retention. And there's a huge gap today that exists that we have set off to solve. And the risks are very real because this is faced by 1 billion plus learners throughout the world today. How do we solve it? We solve it with Miracle.io. And what we do is we transform classrooms into interactive exhibitions. This way, students are better engaged and educators can basically involve their students in the learning journey. And you see, this is a picture from one of our classrooms. This is Vidyanidhi High School. This is this school that I studied in back in Mumbai in India. And students had a lot of trouble understanding the structure of the atom and how atoms are structured. And with Miracle, they were able to build an atom themselves of sodium, oxygen, carbon, and all of these things. And the class was able to sort of support the student who was doing it by helping her out, by telling them, hey, the electron goes here, not here. And, you need to add a shell before adding a new electron and so on. So this way, like transforming classrooms into interactive exhibitions solves one of the biggest challenges that we discussed about before. And the second use case that we worked with is transforming homes into science labs. So this way, learners and students can improve their confidence with complex procedures in labs and equipment, no matter where they are. So they don't need to rely on infrastructure and labs and equipment and materials to practice science concepts. And this way, instead of being scared of science, they are better able to increase their confidence and nurture their curiosity about science. And the best part about all of this is that this works through everyday mobile devices. No special hardware, no headsets, just the mobile devices that you and I have in our pockets, and millions of households also in the world today. And that's what we do. And this is how we say goodbye to memorization and hello to memorable. Now, how do we do this? We do this at the intersection of technology, creativity, and pedagogy, education. And our core business is K-12, which is basically the early education age group. And our primary market is in India, and our approach is a B2B2C approach that we are taking. So the consumers here are 13 to 15-year-old students who are in the 9th or 10th grade. These are people who are camera natives and are gamers, and they are our future builders. The producers are the creators, and these are people typically in the 18 to 25-year-old age group. These are digital artists, and they often are freelancers looking for gigs and seeking a purpose to solve for. And our distributors are schools, educators, and parents. And these are typically in the age groups of 25 to 40-year-old groups. These are typically subject matter experts as well, so therefore they help us shape the content. And they're influencers because they have access to a huge amount of our consumers as well. And these are people who think and who see and believe that education needs this transformation and help us take our content and technology to the students. So our primary use case is to use it as a demonstration tool in the classroom, and this way expose our consumers to this idea and thought and approach. And then consumers also have a freemium model to go towards. So that's how we go B2B2C over here. And our traction has been, we have started off in the last year, and we have about 3,000 learners that we have onboarded and we have worked with. We also have a small steering committee of 13 to 15-year-old students who help us build this technology with them for them. We have access to about 2.5 million learners through some government connections that we have forged over the last year, and access to about 50K educators and a few schools along the way as well. Some universities have also shown interest in our offering, and therefore we also are working on a way on how we can onboard them. And on the producer side, we have access to animation schools and a few creators as well who we work with along the way. So that's our traction so far. And this is our team, and it's a team that has accumulated experience across immersive technology, education, learning science, and gamification. And I'm the founder CEO of the company, and I come from a technology background. I also have been an academic researcher myself on the side, and I have had also an app on the Play Store that has crossed 5 million downloads. And we have Dr. Koslin, Dr. Killian, Dr. Safi from the academics and business side of things, and we have Smita as well, who has spent 30 plus years in pharmaceuticals as well. And most importantly, we have our team of 15 people across the world. We have a few clients as well along the way that we've gathered. We are principal member of the Metaverse Standards Forum. And we've found some very good feedback from the market, both from students and educators. Students have reported that they have better understanding of topics after using Miracle, and educators really see this difference in their students after using Miracle as well. And we're raising 1 million in our first fundraise. We are bootstrapped at the moment, and we want to use this to expand our team, especially the business side of things, fine-tune our production engine, and focus on customer acquisition, monetization, and creating an entire new category of how we transmit knowledge as a civilization. And that's it. That's us. And today the Miracle app is available on the Play Store or App Store, so feel free to try it out yourself and see what kind of a difference it makes in your understanding of science. And yeah, that's about us from our side.